Still in line for a sweet tomorrow. A message from the Pleiadian Renegades. Much is being said about the timing of the things to come. Expectations fill the spectrum, from low to high, about being splashed in the face with a wake-up call for a new tomorrow. We have news for you, dear people of Earth. You have heard so many things, and now we add our voices to the fray. While the seconds tick off the time from one now to the next, reality is shifting for all of you in surprising ways. If you're not surprised yet, you haven't been paying attention. If you haven't been shocked, you have been sleeping through the alarm bell. What we have to share is meant to soothe your jangled nerves and settle you into a good groove for the coming dawn. Bear with us as we arrange our words so they may best take the form your present state of mind can process. It is one thing to have information, and another to process it. Love has hit the shores of humanity with resounding screams and cries and wails. You may not have heard the vibration from your perch on the world tree, but we assure you the reverberations are spreading around the planet with great intensity for the heart of humanity to cope with. In many ways, it is a late arrival, this wave of awareness that has been creeping toward the collective mind of man, and no one expected it to be led by images of terror and bereavement. Yet this is how waves of awareness sometimes act. Though you expect the fringes of foam to tickle your toes, sometimes a sand-filled splash gets grit all over your clean clothes. The sea is not to be measured with such certainty that you know what the waves will wash in. The sea is best experienced in acceptance and responsiveness to nature's intent. Thus do you surf, swim, and sail in her embrace. Thus it is with love as well. Puzzling, isn't it, how far the lengths are that humanity will let loose the leash of its demons, how many horrors you allow yourself to witness, how surprised you allow yourself to be by surrender to the love that rises in response to its perceived absence, how long you let yourself sit in doom's paralyzing grip, becoming aware of love's stirrings and promptings in your heart, rising to your mental lucidity while screaming inside of yourself that enough is enough. At this moment, you hear the echoes of the shouts of despair from distant shores reach the inner chambers of your heart, and you recognize in yourself the desperation that the whole of humanity is carrying aloft, struggling to cast it off, to find a respite from the unceasing bombardment of modernity's progressive march of ideas, lies, and war. We do not watch in taciturn silence, dear ones. We do not yawn in boredom at another day's tragic losses and ignorance reconstituted by a machinery of hate. We watch and we infiltrate your minds with whispers and shafts of light to guide your trembling steps toward the new threshold of the day you create together. Yet we do not interfere with the holy work you are doing, other than to guide the transformation you undertake in this now. There are other ways we participate in your reality to shift matters in love's favor, but there is little we are willing to do to take your sovereignty from you, just when you are about to wield it triumphantly in the face of a snarling beast that has had you in its jaws for millennia. That glory is yours alone to claim, and you are powerful and clever enough to do just that. Love is your weapon of greatest effect, we remind you, and love is the only thing that obliterates the darkest grim realities in the mind of man to imagine, which is precisely where the tide is turned, within. Now, we have given you a hint about the days that are upon you, and we have hinted that we might have some news for you. If you know what we have been saying for so many years to you, you will know that we never give predictions other than to highlight a sequence of events and the kind of realizations that you can make to bring about a tangible reality shift. We usually stay well away of pinning your attention on a point in time that doesn't yet exist, and which very well may never be a part of your personal time stream. However, today we deviate from that practice a bit to tell you that in the weeks ahead, you will witness some levels of inhumanity that may bring you to your knees, while at the same time participating in a wave of rising consciousness that negates the ill effects of all the pain that you have witnessed forever in the history of your collective subjugation. That's saying a lot, so let us explain ourselves to be clear. The history you have endured is far more destructive to the human spirit than your history books lead you to believe. You are the survivors through time of those who have witnessed unspeakable pain and violence to the human spirit. You have carried this shard of glass within your code through time to join together and present each shard to form a shimmering lens, a mirror reflecting the resilience of the human spirit, to see who you are in totality, and to realize the aspirations of ancestors who watched their world die. You are the ones who will watch your world be born, and you will create the image of yourselves as a unified people when you extract the sharp splinter of personal tragedy from your inner heart and present it to the wave for love to reassemble, each one a piece of light intrinsic to the whole of the one. In opalescence, this creation comes into being, and in peace, the pieces form a new world, free of pain, and in recognition of love finally in balance with sorrow, transforming it into the purity of sacred knowingness of separation's end. This is the action of 9. This is the Om of human divinity in core unity with itself. This is the end of our transmission in this mode of communication, and our au revoir until the next phase of transmission begins, soon again. We ask you to review all that we have said since we have begun our conversation with you, and we promise that the next phase of communication from our ranks will be matched to the new pulsation of consciousness that you are entering the experience of. A new day indeed is dawning, and the light that pulses from the heart of the galaxy will shift everything you see into deeper visual acuity of the heart and core mind of humanity, everywhere. Our hands are with yours as you enter the gates of the sacred understanding of your divine nature, dear brothers and sisters, our family, our kin. With the love of all hearts of Pleiadians and stellar community, we say, be brave, walk with purpose, and know that you are the wave carrying the love that transforms all.